Okay, so the next speaker is Alfonse Gonzalez from all right.
I couldn't hear you very well. Can you
hear
repeat?
me? Okay, next speaker is Alfonse Gonzalez. You're from Tansella Stars, right? That's company. What do you actually?
That's right.
What do?
I'm having some problems listening to you.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, what does Tansella do? By the way, just
Okay, so what we do at Translate Stars is we have 3 different websites, and what we offer is courses for translators, linguists, and anyone who is interested in related to translation or modern language.
Okay, and your topic I was particularly looking for when I was putting together the conference, something about translation of SEO. That's why I invited you. So go ahead, just start whenever you're ready, and you can share the screen.
First thing I'm going to do, I hope you can hear me well, and I'm going to share my LinkedIn profile in the chat. So just to stay connected with people. So I think this is a good opportunity to do some networking. Then I'm going to share my screen. I have prepared a presentation. Yeah, here. Okay.
Okay, you got it on screen.
Yeah. Okay, perfect.
I'm going to get myself so you
can you see it? Is it okay?
Yes, we can see it.
Perfect. Okay, so I begin. Well, first thing I would like to do is to thank you, Uri, for the invite to the conference, and also thank you to the ITA. It's an honor for me to be here. It's more or less going to the presentation or this webinar is going to last around 45 minutes. Maybe I need some more time, but I hope to be on time. The title is Rank Better, Live Longer. So it's related to translation of SEO and SEA content in the new normal. First, I would like to introduce myself. And well, I'm currently the localization manager at Formlabs. Formlabs is a 3D printing company. We make printers, 3D printers, and we also make resins. We translate content into more or less 20-something languages. Yeah, it's a really nice position. I have also worked all my life as a translation project manager, translation manager, technical translator. I'm still the translator for the Spanish standardization organization, one of them, of course. I have worked as an audiovisual translator. I've been a university professor, head of studies, and I'm also a business manager with Translate Stars. And I have 4 master degrees, 2 one in translation, 2 in language teaching, and 1 in international business operation. And I have a family as well that I need to dedicate more time. Okay, so what I wanted to show you first is what I do on an everyday basis at Formlabs. So this is what you have. 2 weeks ago, we launched a new printer, the Fuse One, which is an amazing thing. And you have there everything that we do is from English into the other languages we translate into. We translate mainly marketing content if we want to sell printers and resins. And then we also have a support side, and it's just mainly for, well, of course, support articles, guides, user guides, manuals for the users. Let me go. There you have the translation into Spanish of the site of the same page I was showing you. And I just wanted to show you some examples of marketing translation, web content in this case, how you adapt it to different languages. And then, as Uri was saying, I'm also the manager of Translate Stars, which is an online learning platform for translators, linguists, and you please, you're welcome to visit it. And Well, and this is the webinar index. What we are going to, number one should have done first, the introduction, then function words and content words, SEM, SEO, SEA, and SERP, organic versus paid traffic, keywords, long tail keywords, and URLs and slugs, and meta descriptions. This webinar I'm doing today with you, it's based on a webinar called Translation of SEO and SEA related content that you can find on our website, but you are getting it here, so you don't have to do it because you are going to see exactly the same content. Yeah. Okay, so this I didn't want to do let's say like the typical webinar in which you just stay sitting for 2 hours or 1 hour or 45 minutes and not doing anything. Just the opposite, just the other way around. I want you to participate, to be active, and to collaborate. So we have a kickoff activity. This is not the typical boring webinar. At least I'll try not to make it boring. Okay, so do not scream, do not yell yet. Okay, I think I will have some fun. First thing I would like you to do, and I would like you to share your creations in the chat, is to create a Slack for this webinar. For the webinar I showed you in which this one is based, this webinar translation of SEO and SEA related content. That was the title of the webinar. What I would like you to do is to create a good one, a good Slack, both in English and in your own language, and share them on the chat. It should start with something like this. I mean, that's the URL, translatestars.com/webinar/ and the Slack goes there. Don't worry if you don't know what's a Slack. That's something we are going to cover in this webinar, which is related to SEO and SEA. And I give you, come on, 30 seconds, 1 minute to do it. Then you share your results in the chat. And Uri, I'll need your help to see what people has written.
Okay.
Come on, create something. You need to sell this webinar translation of SEO and SEA related content. What will be the Slack? Come on, 30 seconds. You can start sharing whenever you have something ready.
I put SEO 101.
Okay, let's wait for everybody to have something in the chat. Come on, 10 seconds. Okay, so Uri, did we get any answers from our?
Yes, we got a few, not many. Okay. We know me SEO 101. We got from me trans SEO. We got a question: what is a slug? What does a slug mean?
Okay.
Another one from Kerry: rank better, live longer is a single word. These are I'm not sure if it's a suggestion or a question. Rank first question mark from Dina. Okay. And
okay.
From Shimon.
It's okay.
Okay.
These are
suggestion. And
these are suggestions. These are
don't be sluggish. One word.
Okay, good one. So I think it's enough. That's the idea. This is what you are going to see on our website. Don't worry, we are going to get in depth into what's a Slack and why is it important for SEO translation in a moment. But now it has a second part, this activity. As I was telling you, I'm the translation manager at Formlabs. So I would like you to create also a Slack for this blog post we have here. The blog post title was The Ultimate Guide to Painting 3D Printed Parts. So again, create a good one, both in English and in your own language, and you can share them on the chat. 1 minute to do it, super quick. And don't worry, at the end, we'll see what was the result. You're not going to say it now. I want to hear or to read or to listen to your proposals, to your suggestions.
Alfonso, did you mean for us to now write a slug in Hebrew?
You, of course, if that's one of your mother tongues, do it, of course. As you know, if we are going to write the slug online, it should be always in, I mean, we need to use the Roman alphabet, but yeah, of course, you can do it, like just for practice, it's okay. Twenty seconds. Okay. Uri, did we get something?
Yes, we got some. We got some very nice ones. We got New Real 3D, new written as NU. We got Paint Guide 3D. That's mine actually. We got 3D painting. We got Paint-3D-parts-guide. Leave it 3D for you. And last one I don't understand. It's CUBINK, Cubink. That's one word. I'm sorry, but I don't. Is that the name of the brand name there?
Okay. Well, what you have read, it all sounds good to me. We'll see what's better, what is the best practices related to writing slugs and all that in a moment. It's interesting to see the answers from people at the time of approaching the translation of slugs, which is super important to position, to rank better. Okay, let's go a little bit more in depth into some other things first, like the difference between function words versus content words. Just a second. Okay, so why is it important to differentiate them and know what they are? Well, because in SEO and SEA, many times we will have to leave out function words and sometimes also some content words, mainly when we have to deal with the translation of URLs, slugs, meta descriptions, etc. So that's why it's that important. Content words, those are the words that possess conceptual meaning. Function words, the ones that convey grammatical relations. So what I would like you to do now is, taking into account what we have just defined, is to think of examples from the webinar title and the blog post title. I'll give you just 10 seconds to think. You don't need to write anything. But what do you think are the content words in the title, webinar, translation of SEO and SEO related content? And what do you think on the function words? And the same thing for the title, the ultimate guide to painting 3D printed parts. Just 10 seconds to think about it. What are the content words and the function words in both cases? Okay, 10 seconds. So inside the circles, you'll see the examples of content words. So in the first case, you have webinar, translation, related, SEO, SEA, and content. Function words are of and. Very similar in the second case, ultimate guide, painting 3D, printed and printed. And then function words will be the and to. I would like you to do something, another activity. As I told you, this is not going to be the typical webinar. So I would like you to identify content words and function words in the sentence above, which is not biased at all. I love TranslateStars because it is the best online learning platform for translator and linguists. So please identify the function words and content words there. 10 seconds to do that. It's super easy. Just taking a look to it. Okay. Again, this is important for SEO and SEA. Inside the circle, you'll see the content words. So love, TranslateStars, best, online, learning, platform, translators, linguists. And inside the square, you'll see the function words. I, because it is, therefore. Okay. As a summary, summary, remember content words inside the circle are adverbs, verbs, adjectives, nouns. Function words are pronouns, prepositions, articles, auxiliary verbs, quantifiers, demonstratives, conjunctions. Always keep that in mind when you are translating also for SEO and SEA. You may have this question, of course, how is this related to SEO, SEA translation? Well, we'll get to that. Okay, so wait for it, just for a moment. And when I'm going to learn what is a slug, which is something that the very first things we saw, we are going to get there. Just a second. Now, what I would like to share with you is some lingo that that will be helpful for us to understand what we are talking about when we talk about SEO and SEA. Probably the most well-known word in the industry, in the marketing industry, localization industry, is SEO. But let's see some other which are related and which are very important as well. SERP is the first one. Is related to search marketing as a whole, paid and organic. In search marketing, what we are trying to do is to gain share of a search engine results page. So that's what SERP stands for. When a search is conducted that has to do with our brand or keywords related to our products, solutions, or services, we want our website URLs to display as early and often as possible. So whether that be in the paid section using, for example, Google Ads, or in the organic section, thanks in part to our optimization efforts, optimization of content, of course. But let's see what we mean by paid and organic traffic. Okay. So in the image above, you'll see a partial SERP, remember, search engine results page for the search best dog food, okay? The Google ad results are at the top and have this ad notification to the left in the green square, and that's the paid traffic, and that is related to SEA, okay, that we'll see in a moment. Those without the ad designation are the organic search results. By the way, as you can see in the green box, Google algorithm understands synonyms. It shows you results containing the word top as a synonym of best. So that should give you an idea of what you can do when you are creating or translating content for SEO or SEA. That means that when you look for something, unless you are using these quotes, when you make a query or search online, it will show you relevant results. Even as in this case, if you don't have the word best included in the content of your page. Another important thing you should know, as from 2021, Google algorithm has changed, and now it ranks better in search engine results pages, at least for organic traffic, those pages with a better content and not just a page with 1 million keywords. So in the yellow box, you can see something that was normally done in the past, but nowadays, as you'll see in the next slide, Google ranks better pages that are descriptive, well organized, and can solve a search carried out by a customer, not just pages with a lot of keywords. So if you have learned that you need to have like thousands of keywords on your page, hey, things are changing. That's no longer the how things work for Google. Let's go to the next page. And that means, of course, that keywords and good meta description in any page are very important. Okay, so here you see in the yellow box an example that good meta descriptions together with the right keywords rank your page better. So when you type best dog food, that's what you get. You have this page, and you have there a good meta description, and probably they have also used some, or they have also used some keywords. Okay, let's continue. That was SERP, just as an introduction. Let's go to SEM. Okay, this is quite simple. SEM is the acronym for search engine marketing, and it is really a catch-all term to encompass all of those marketing tactics that have to do with search. This term includes SEO, search engine optimization, and mainly refers to the paid side of search marketing, which is SEA, search engine advertising. So, yeah, as we have seen in the best dog food images before, in any Google search we make, we can see paid and non-paid SEM tactics. Paid tactics, what is called SEA, are often referred as well to as PPC, which is pay-per-click. Ads are displayed as a combination of keyword strategy, meta description, budget, of course, what you pay, offer strategy, and the ad itself, how it's made. PPC is not exclusive of Google, of course, but probably if you use LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, they all offer this PPC advertising options, even Bing or other search engines. Okay, let's go now to the probably most well-known term in marketing industry, SEO. You have a lot of experts out there who call themselves experts on SEO. Okay, SEO, that stands for search engine optimization, as we said before. And SEO is, as I was saying, probably the most well-known term in the marketing industry. I'm sure you have heard it a lot of times. And it makes reference to the use of strategies and tactics to help your website or web page gain visibility in a search engine's organic search engine results page, the SERP that we were talking about. And we have, let's say we can differentiate between three types of SEO, like on-page SEO, which is optimizing all the areas of our website using keywords and smart content, like usage of metadata, heading tags, image tags, and web copy to invest, incorporate, and utilize keywords to improve rankings and organic traffic. We also have off-page SEO, so connecting our website to relevant sites or content to help improve our link profile. So usages of link building to build our brand reputation and trustworthiness. So SEO is not just about writing or translating content. And then this is very important as well, technical SEO, which means optimizing the site structure, the design, the architecture, for example. I'm sure you are aware of that. It's not the same, usually it's not the same thing when you see a website on your computer screen than when you see it on your mobile phones. Of course, it should be optimized for your mobile phones. And this can help improve metrics. So what we want is people to spend time on our website, buy our products, or read our content. So the better the site experience, the better our site will perform when it comes to SEO. So that's super important. Let's go now to SEA, not that well known in the industry, but also very important. Okay, so we are getting to the end of the lingo section. Not panic, I'm not going to continue with all these acronyms. Okay, SEA stands for Search Engine Advertising. It's a branch of search engine marketing, SEM. As we have seen, it's advertisements in the form of text, images sometimes, or videos that are posted on search engines such as Google, Bing, Yahoo, Amazon, wherever. These ads then appear prominently in the search engine results pages. Search engine advertising is a cost-effective way to improve business and brands, as appearing high in the SERPs makes brands and products more visible. So the higher you rank, the better for your brand. Of course, people will click on your website before going to our competitors. In SEA, posting ads is done based on different provisions. So I'm just going to mention some of them. PPC, which is the one I mentioned before, which is pay-per-click, also known as cost per click, which is here the advertiser specifies how much they are willing to pay per click. CPA, which is the cost per acquisition, the advertiser specifies how much they are willing to pay per conversion achieved through the advertising measures. CPN, which is a cost per thousand, in which it's how much you are willing to pay per 1,000 impressions of advertisements. And of course, there are others like cost per call, like you see on Google if they call you to your phone number, things like that. There are many ways to have SEA ads. And yeah, I'm taking some oxygen because I have talked too much. And why is all this important to us? Why, you may be thinking? Well, wait a moment. Because companies use text, keywords, descriptions, and they need to write, and of course they need to translate. So all this we have just mentioned is super important for our companies. If we are freelancers, or if we run a translation department, as in my case, this is super important. So the more you know about this and how to position your customers or your company better, and the more they sell thanks to the content you translate for SEO and SEA, of course, the better. They will hire you for more projects, or they will pay you more, things like that. Okay, let's go now to keywords. Okay, we have mentioned already the word keywords, and I'm sure you have all listened to that many times. Keywords are the words and phrases that people type into search engines to find what we are, or what they are looking for, what we are looking for. They are also known more in a technical, marketing technical way. They are called searches or queries. Even if a phrase, like in the example, best dog food, consists of more than one word, that's also considered to be a keyword. So keywords are important because your website can show up when people type them into search engines, and showing up at the top of Google sends many visitors to our sites or pages. How to use keywords? Well, most guides say that you need to do these kind of things that you have there on the slide to optimize for keywords. So include the keyword in the title tag. A title tag is the HTML element that is used to specify the title of the web page. Include the keyword in the URL. We'll see in a moment what the URL is, but probably you already know. Mention your keyword throughout your page. Include long tail keywords in your copy. Don't worry, we'll see what a long keyword is. And as we said before, Google has gotten smarter and shifting its focus onto the user's experience that gives the just integrate keyword information that matches and expands on those keywords. Oh, sorry, what? I stay. Okay, I think we are getting now to the part that we were. So it is now the needs and strategies of this. First, marketing team or content writers, what is your approach? Keywords. You can take some. Probably you come up with a, you can have a literal translation, let's say, but I found that in Italian, they call, which I found, which is, I'm sure you other ways to other for office. You have of which are, and you insert word you need to find, and it you the need to be by its exact translation in your language. So you can equivalents or keywords that rank your website better. There are to take the exact word into your maybe beneficial. Have a here on keywords. What do you think? So we were telling what are the 10 most important keywords for this webinar. So take the title, the web, the topic into account. I don't want to spend that much time here because the connection is not very good, it seems today. Well, if you take a look to the keywords that with which I prepared this webinar, these are some of the ones that I use. So marketing translation courses, translators, SEO for translators, SEA for translators, SEO course, SEA course, SEM, my name, how to translate marketing content. So keywords are not necessarily just one or two words or just one word, but you can have as many words as you can see there. And of course, there you can see also the meta description in the green box. So you see learn the difference between SEM, SEO, and SEA. So in case you, for example, go to Google and look for difference between SEM and SEO, well, probably I'll have some possibilities that my webinar page will rank higher because I have been using those words. And of course, if you translate them, you should be doing something similar. Okay, let's go now into long tail keywords. I'll be back in 1 second because I need to take my other computer, sorry. Sorry, this is being a little bit accidental. Okay, long tail keywords. This is super interesting as well. Before we have mentioned the term long tail keywords, and I think if you take a look at the image or to the image, it will be very easy to understand. Long tail keywords are longer and more specific keyword phrases that visitors use when they are closer to a point of purchase, as it is known, or when they are using voice search. In other words, long tail keywords get less search traffic, but will usually have a higher conversion value as they are more specific. So let's take the word shoes as in the example. If you try to position a page on top of the results page with the word shoes, it will be really difficult because there are many searches using just one single word. If you go to the green end of the graphic, you know what is the long tail keyword that could function better. So if instead of shoes, you add in your text running shoes for men with flat feet, probably you'll have more possibilities to rank higher, and you'll have probably more possibilities to receive more visits to your page. And this is, of course, based on research. So again, we can offer in our translations a good literal translation or more imaginative equivalents. These equivalents, of course, as I was saying, I was mentioning two very well-known tools. You should use these tools or this type of tools to find which are the keywords, the relevant keywords in the target language into which you are translating. Okay. Yet here another example of long tail keywords and a good cheap way to find some of them with the predictive Google search functionality. So I'm sure all you have done it when you start typing running shoes or whatever you type on Google, it will give you some other keywords that are related to that. So if you type running shoes, you'll get running shoes near me, not running shoes for women, running shoes for men, running shoes for high artists. So this is the interesting thing. I mean, do not limit yourself to just giving a literal translation because sometimes it's not going to work that well. And here we have an activity on long tail keywords. So I would like you to, well, think again, forget the create a Slack for this webinar thing. Think again of the search best dog food. Which do you think could be 3 good long tail keywords? Think of 3 more in your own language and share them in the chat. So just 1 minute, think of the search best of food. Which do you think could be 3 good long tail keywords? If you want to position, imagine you are selling or you translate for someone who sells dog food. How would you position Den Heiger in the search? What do you think will help? Just 1 minute. Show you some results. I would like to listen to yours. Uri, now you can listen to me, right?
Yes. Oh, yes. Now I can hear you fine again. We lost.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for that.
Yeah.
In any case, of course, I'll share with you anyone that wants the presentation, and as Uri, it will be shared online. So please feel free to ask me for the presentation, and I will be glad to share it with you and to answer any questions you may have outside the webinar. Okay. Did we get any?
No, I'm afraid not. Nothing.
No, oh my God. Okay, no problem. So the answer in this case for long tail words, imagine for best of food, you can have best of food for puppies, best of food for sick dogs, best of food for large dogs, or for example, best dog food in Israel, best dog food in Germany, wherever you want. I mean, there are many possibilities that you can use, and not just limit yourself to best dog food when you are translating that keyword. And now we are getting to the part where we explain what URLs and slugs are. Okay, so URL stands for Uniform Resource Locator. URL is the address of a given unique resource on the web. So such resources can be an HTML page, a CSS document, an image, etc. In the image of the slide, the URL is the address that appears in the search bar. So what you have on. And in blue, you can see the domain name or the main website name. In yellow, the part inside the website where we are, and in red, the famous slug. Okay. So what is the slug in a URL? Well, slug is the part of a URL which identifies a particular page, which is easy to read. And it is the part of the URL that explains the page's content. The main SEO benefit of a slug is that you can change the words to make sure that it has the words that you really want to rank for. So it's one of the indicators Google uses to determine what a page is about. It only contains content words only, so that's why I explained at the beginning the difference between content words and function words. I mean, it's not that it is forbidden. It's not forbidden to use function words. You can use them, but it will be not necessary. And you just need to add necessary words and use lowercase letters only. Probably in any case, even if you ask, if you use uppercase letters, they will not appear as uppercase. So you don't have to worry if you write a proper name. No special characters or symbols can be used. And no special letters outside the, let's say, the English alphabet for Roman type. So for example, no accents or the typical ñ we have in Spanish, so that those things cannot be used. So imagine a Spanish, I'm from Spain. If you want to even write the name of our country, you cannot write España. So you have to write Spana. So that's a pity. Okay. And each word should be separated by a dash, okay? Okay, when and why to translate slugs? Well, when customer marketing team or content writer asks you for it, when there is a strategy to keep pages in different languages, it will be interested to translate slugs. Remember, if you have your slug translated, more people will get access, or it will be positioned better in your in searches. And to make them memorable and to the point. So if you make a short slug, like for this webinar, for example, we could have SEO and SEA translation or something like that, could be memorable. But if it fits very long with a lot of content and function words, it's not going to work. How to translate slugs? Well, keep them short and descriptive, so no need to be a literal translation. There is a limit of 255 characters for slugs, not counting the slash at the end of the slug. Try, however, to avoid creating huge URLs and keep them up to 90 characters. Content words only, remember that. Primary keywords, okay. So use at least one primary keyword. This keyword should be a part of the page title or some of the headings in the page, or make a reference to the main content which is being dealt with on the page that we make reference to. And do not repeat the brand name in the URL. So if you are taking the ITA website, you don't need to add the ITA word in the URL, because people already know that you are in the ITA website. Languages with cases, for example, German, words as you will look for them. So if it's with cases, then you need to write them with cases in the URL. And you can have plurals, of course, when you translate. There I show you an example of a good and bad slug. Okay, so for example, we go back to this blog post I showed you before, the ultimate guide to painting 3D printed parts. So you have a good slug, which is painting 3D printed parts, and a bad one will be like ultimate guide painting 3D printed parts. Why? I mean, nobody is going to look for the word ultimate, and well, maybe some people look for guide, but painting 3D printed parts is enough. Okay, so for your translation, think the same. I mean, you don't need to literally translate. Okay, and you need to explain your customer why you don't need to literally translate. There's a short activity here in slugs. So imagine you need to create slugs for these two webinars that we have here. How would you do it in English and in your own language? Remember, using the Roman alphabet only. So the webinar, translation of SEO and SEA related content, and the second webinar, strategies to boost your client base. Okay, so you need to create slugs. We can go fast in this case because, I mean, something that could work in this case, again, is in the first case, SEO dash SEA translation, dash translation. For the second thing will be strategies dash client dash translator, something like that. I mean, you have to think out of the box, and you can have very good ideas and very good translations. We're getting to the end. Meta descriptions. Okay, what is a meta description? The meta description is an HTML attribute that provides a brief summary of a web page. Search engines such as Google often display the meta description in search results, where they can highly influence the user click-through rates. So they have a 155, 160 character limitation, although some highly ranked web pages in Google get more characters and even images. If you make a search, you'll see it. They need to be unique and interesting. You can be provocative and engaging with questions, call to actions, and there you have some examples of meta descriptions. Okay, so there you have, for example, the Translate Stars homepage, which is an online learning platform created by language lovers. Okay, that's what you need to add. But you can ask also questions in the meta description. It could be, would you like to learn more? Would you like to get better customers? Okay, well, that's another strategy. And so remember, at the time of translating, it's not just literally translating content. You can be imaginative. Of course, again, you will have to explain why to your customers. How to translate meta descriptions? Well, keep them short and descriptive. Remember, you can also be imaginative. Respect the character limitation. I will keep them below 155. Otherwise, what you'll see is these three dots saying, okay, there is more, but we cannot show you the rest of the information because the person who wrote it didn't take this into account. 3, transcreate with the permissions of the customer. Again, can be imaginative, so you don't need to tie to the just to the source text. Use keywords, but do not paste a lot of keywords. Use these primary keywords in your target language. And there is a final activity, which is for meta descriptions. Imagine you need to create a meta description for this webinar, the webinar we are doing today. And that's going to be the last thing we're going to do. What will it be? What will be your meta description in this case? Come on, at least just think of it like for 10, 20 seconds, and we can share it. Okay, for example, we could have something like, would you like to learn more about marketing related translation? Would you like to learn more about SEO and SEA related to translation? Or SEO and SEA related to translation? Something like that will work, okay? The simpler and shorter you can keep it, the better. But again, it should be descriptive enough for people to know what's that web page going to tell you. And well, this is that was the last slide that I had to show you. Thank you again very much for your time, for your attention. I'm really sorry about the connection problem. It's something that happens very often here in Germany. The infrastructure is not very good. Well, I would like to invite you to visit of course, our website, web pages. We have a 50% discount for ITA members. And for any translation association members. So our aim is that people in the translation industry can continue learning. So, I mean, our prices are quite competitive in any case. And just wanted to give you a big thank you and to please keep in touch with me. I'm on LinkedIn, you can look for me, and I will be pleased to continue talking to you and to answer any questions or of course to help if I can help you with anything. And now it's your time, I guess, Uri, unless I'm wrong.
Yes, there was one question in the chat, Dana.
Okay.
Yeah, I got my answer, so it's okay.
Yeah. Okay, sure.
Oh, okay.
I got your answer. Now, the question was, do you translate slugs to languages that don't use Latin alphabet? And you said, no, we only use Roman alphabet. So, any other questions? Yeah. We're already into the break. So, any other questions? Something, comments? Anyone? Okay, I guess people will look you up.
Thank you very much, Alfonso.
Thank you. It was great. I learned a lot.
Thank you. Thank you.